So Candace Owens and Steven Crowder got a lot going on. They going back and forth with this beef that they got going on, and what you call it, Marlon?
Soap opera.
A conservative soap opera is what it is. But it's much deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It's much deeper than that. And I believe that what Marlon and I has to say about it is a quite a bit of a difference in what everybody else will. Check it out.
Now, recently, Steven Crowder has announced that he is going through a divorce. It seems to have gotten a little bit ugly, both on his side at the home and people's take on his divorce and who he is as a person. Now, since we don't know his home life fully, nor do we know his backstage life, except for stories from both spouse and co-workers, there are certain things that we can tell from a certain clip that's been going viral, that we have a very different take here on Too Strong about. Take a look at this real quick.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary and abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I do have
steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man? You see love and respect. No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
you're not taking the car.
Steven,
you are not.
Then I will ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Steven.
Yeah, so that was a pretty slick move by Steven's wife. I mean, she literally, she knew she was recording. She knew that she planned on turning the recording in to the public. She knew that she was taunting him. She knew everything. And the fact that he stood there, he sat down in the chair, dude, and he took it. And she, in the midst of all that conversation, she passed quite a few threats. She, to me, now this is, from a man's point of view, which is why man is important. This is probably why Candace need to shut up. But from a man's point of view, she threatened him with another man. She basically said, if you don't do this and do that, I'll have somebody else do it. And who is she? What is she getting at? And she doing this because she's trying to get him to get up off that sofa, whatever that thing was, and show some aggression so she can really blast him. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you got these feminine women supporting this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. The only thing that I can see that he really wanted is for her to get in line and be submissive. And that's the biggest problem that we have now. So now when a man stand up and stand against his wife for not being submissive and not doing the things that she's supposed to be doing, now he's the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's just, it's getting out of hand, but this is where we're going. And this is where things are headed. And if you can't see the writing on the wall, I don't know what to tell you about that.
I think too, we come down to a problem here. The viewpoint of modern day people on an ancient and God-given institution called marriage. And what we like to do, at least modern people, we want to look in, and this is part of why I have the view of Candace that I do in this particular take. We want to look into this with the idea that the woman is never wrong. She ain't never wrong. And whatever the man does that will seemingly elicit a reaction from the female that seems to be either she got hurt or she's upset, it's the man's fault. It's never seemingly that the woman did stuff or ain't been doing stuff for a long time, and the man would just be like, now remember, he's been the breadwinner for forever. So I don't know how him asking her to do stuff around the home and then getting finally sick and tired of it not getting done when he's the one bringing in the bread. You have a simple job. Now, people can say that he becomes aggressive. Okay, let me ask a simple question. How much do you need to take before you put your foot down? And how are you supposed to put your foot down in a certain way when the other person is goading you into a position of trying to be overly aggressive? Because mind you, no matter what he said, she just always had a rebuttal for it.
And not only that, who are you to tell me when it's time to put my foot down in my house? That's just crazy. But so one of the points that was brought up is that this is so pathetic because she's pregnant.
I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Right?
Is that correct, Stephen?
Get an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
So if he's pathetic for talking to her like that because she's 8 months pregnant, then what does that make her? That makes her an idiot. Because let me tell you why. You've been living with this man. You're the one married to him, right? So you're the one saying he aggressive and he's abusive and all these different things. So if you 8 months pregnant and he's abusive and all these different things, the real question is, why are you in his face taunting him, whether he's right or whether he's wrong? Why would you put yourself in that predicament? So see, this is what we do. We tend to take the situation and zip and laser beam in on what the man did, but we're not focusing on what the woman did to put herself in that predicament. And it's really surprising to me to hear that come from Candace, because Candace is so on point when it comes to black men putting themselves in positions and getting either murdered or abused by the police. You just don't put yourself in that position. And she pushed that, and she pushed it. And listen, she's 1000% correct. I mean, she batting 2000 right there, right? But when it comes to the women, it's a bit different. But let's take a commercial break and we get into some more of this.
Introducing the sweetest addition to your cupboards. Be Favored. Be Favored, the honey parlor, features 4 irresistible flavors. Southern apple pie for the sweet tooth in you. Organic elderberry, packed full with antioxidants. Little Hot Mama for the adventuresome with a penchant for heat. Or Tropical Paradise. Help your palate escape the norm. Each jar is carefully made with the best ingredients to ensure top quality and outstanding customer experience. Be Favored. Our products will leave you wanting more and are extremely affordable. Please feel free to check out our website. That's be-favored.com. So my take on Miss Owens has always been that she's grifting. Okay, but here's a crazier side. I'm a firm believer in the human has 2 feet, right? And which means they got 2 pairs of shoes, right? So that means that if it's good on one foot, it's good on the other. Like if you can't, right? So you got to have matching shoes. So, and when you don't got matching shoes, you step out the house, you look like a clown. Factual? Okay, good. So if you're going to apply this rhetoric that the man need to know how to keep himself out of trouble, but you ain't going to put that same rhetoric on the female. Like, okay, remember, and this is my take on at this point is that Candace is a feminist. You are quick to jump down the throat of black men and men in general and say, don't put yourself in that precarious situation. You're going to get yourself. You are pregnant. You espouse this man is a violent human being. Like Corey was saying, you so dumb, you're going to egg him on to do something to you. In what name? To prove you have a point? You're willing to put your children at risk for a point? And then this next grifter clown gonna come and talk about, oh, just pray for him. You don't even believe in God, you clown. You were just on Joe Rogan laughing about God and clowning God. Why should the word pray even come out of your stupid mouth? You don't know nothing about God. Who are you to talk about his Christianity? You're a pagan, a heathen. You bound for hell. What are you talking about? Don't mention prayer in your mouth. You know nothing about prayer. Maybe your grandfather might have known something about prayer because he needed it. You were just on camera dogging God about how stupid it was, how pointless that was, how inconsequential it was. Now you're talking about, make sure your audience pray. Pray what? Who they praying to, Candace? Who they praying to?
No, I think we kind of missed it. I think that she was being sarcastic because they never said it. I mean, that I saw, it didn't like they prayed for him. In fact, one of the guys was saying that that he, you know, he was making jokes about it, saying that they hope he died and all this stuff. I mean, check it out.
I just have to, this one off the subject for a minute. Our pal, Steve Crowder, who makes the best ashtrays in the country,
Truly.
is in the hospital fighting for his life. And he's really come close. He's come close to the dark edge of things. And I just want to say that crazy as he is, we love him and we're thinking about him. That, you know, we hope he makes it back.
You're a better man than I am.
Well, that's true.
I was actually just looking forward to the show being over so that I could text him and say, you know, hope you don't make it, pal.
You know, actually, this is enough credit.
I actually did text him and say that we were praying for him at great risk to our souls.
And if he dies, I personally will kill him. Right?
Yeah, so just right there, you seen it. You know what I'm saying? You saw nothing but sarcasm and hate. I know that they put it in a form of a joke, which we talk about that all the time. But the fact that she is willing to laugh at saying that she hoped the man died, like I don't see nothing funny about that. And especially in a situation where he didn't abuse that woman. I mean, she was mentally abusing him, playing these psychology games and playing these female feminist psychology games, if anything, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see why it's appropriate to joke about him dying and all this different stuff and all that right after you said that you should be praying for him. But, you know, I took it as, I didn't take it to the heart because I took it as sarcasm because I know, you know, I know the nature of what she said. I don't know the nature of what she actually believed, but I know what the things that she said, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that it was just completely inappropriate from the gate.
Right. To your point about this feminist idea, you talk about you wanting fathers in the homes and all this nonsense, right? And I call it nonsense because I'm trying to think you don't really believe that. I think you have this caveat of men where you want the father in the home if they fit your mold of what a father is. That's you. You don't really want the man around, really. You want the man around with criteria. The women can do whatever the hell they want. There's no criteria on them. No vetting about them being a good parent. The women just automatically, you ain't said nothing about the fact that she just walked out with the divorce with the kids. This has become so normal now that women just keep the children. Like, how did that even become a thing? You don't have any court bearings on any of the situation, but she got the divorce and automatically kids are hers. I need some explanation on this because last I checked, she don't have no money to take care of the kids. He has the money. But you are fine with a broke woman just walking out the home with children, still depending on the man that she says she don't want for his money. That's become the normal phase of society today. It could be the most trash female. As long as they have kids, she gets them. And Candace don't say jack about that.
I think, Marlon, I talked about this a while ago. And we talked about it actually. It was a show that we did together. And I was saying that Candace is about to start exposing her left side. You know, the other shoe is what she's doing, man. I mean, I knew it was coming, and it's coming because it's coming closer to election. They have a certain agenda that they want to push, and I believe it got something to do with women's rights, and women's rights is where I think it's at. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's gonna be a low key thing, or she might come out even bolder. But see, this is what she's doing. She's the frog right now. She treating everybody like a frog. And she got them in warm water. The water about to get hot. Eventually, it's going to get hot. Just look, pay attention. Pay attention to her. She slipped it in with the Super Bowl thing, just to kind of test the water a little bit, move it along. Because there's no way you think that was excellence, even if you don't believe in God. Even just having the basic logical common sense and the intelligence of Candace. Because let's not get this wrong again. I've never said that she's not intelligent. She's very intelligent and she's very strategic and she knows exactly what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? So you go from the black people need to get themselves together, get the fathers in the home, to you promoting the exact thing that promote the exact opposite of that. Right in public, and then you go 10 toes down and stand on it. So when you see her doing things like that, you got to say to yourself, that's kind of odd that she did that. So then she laid back for a minute, laid back, took a little heat. She never responded to it really, except for the fact that she was saying, yeah, I did say it, and what? You know what I'm saying? Then she left it alone. Now we know how she is. She strike out about almost everything. If somebody say something, she own it. But not a word about this. Not a word. And now she coming out with this low key feminism, speaking about Crowder. That was a perfect opportunity. So what I'm starting to think is that the people over there at the who's she working for again?
Daily Wire.
The Daily Wire. I think they put a hit on him. You know what I'm saying? Not a hit, not that kind. The kind that here, Candace, get him. Yeah, a social hit. Who better than to have the black lady knock him down? You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, knock down the man. So it's a 2-for-1 deal. I think she took advantage of it, and I think it's again out of order.
You mentioned something about her going back to the left roots, because she was a lefty at one point. She is saying that the easiest way to slip back over is to attack the white family. You go after the white male, and now you dog the white male, and you embrace the feminist concept, and that way you maintain your grift with the woke blacks to welcome you back into the fold, because now you are demonizing the white family. You ain't gonna say nothing about the black family with the black female, and that's because you already did that. You've done that. Your years of doing that. But in order to get back into the good graces of the left, you gotta dog the people they hate most, which is what? White people. And not just any white people, white conservative people. And not just any white conservative people, top dog white conservative people. You don't say anything about the fact that the wife kept the kids, but you're all about the father. You are quick to talk about the fact that he has violent tendencies, which you do to black men as well. But this is a great way for her to segue into the leftist politics again.
So maybe that's part of her mission, is to destroy the white family. Because how could you? I mean, how could you? How come you never address this woman? You never address the fact that she put herself in danger while pregnant. But then again, I mean, you go to people's houses and start in trouble with them while pregnant. So I don't know, when she went to the Black Lives Matter place and while pregnant. So, you know, that's where her mindset is at. Now me personally, and I'm just keeping it real. Ain't no way in the world I'm letting my wife go off to start no kind of drama nowhere with nobody with my baby in her stomach. And she used that as, you know, that was probably part of her little marketing scheme. You know, she out there, she's dedicated. She's out there while she's pregnant. You know, look at her. And so it's just kind of, listen, man, the bottom line is I really do like a lot of things and a lot of points that Candace bring up. She's very, very intelligent young lady and all that. But it's just something really, really fishy and really odd about her. And it's coming out by the boatload here lately. You can just clearly see it. And I think that we should take caution when dealing with her.
Yes, I fully agree. You got to take notes of what people say and how they approach things. And if you've been keeping track, it's been very sporadic. Like we said earlier, and Corey said it best, how you can go from saying that this is something that you hate and it's the destructive force that's killing black families, and then calling it excellence. And then you say fathers are important, but you come back and you side with the female to get rid of the father. I don't quite understand that dichotomy, because if you say that, you know, choices, you have all the choice in the world, then you should be dogging the wife for picking a violent human being in Crowder. And then at least saying that you should have better decision making choices. And why would you confront him if you know he's violent while you're pregnant? Pick your battles, and pick your battles safely. But you didn't do that. You were quick to jump on the bandwagon, and you don't even watch the fact that she was egging him on, and she has the recording, and none of these factors came into play when you were talking about it. So in my world, if you were going to make an assessment, make a robust one, not a one-sided one. But we understand why the one-sided one is there, because you have an agenda to push, and you're pushing it.
So one of the biggest things that I think we need to understand is we got to be really careful about who ideas we let enter into our head, and what's the reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at what's going on, it's a lot of so-called conservatives coming out with these odd views about life, marriage, and even abortion and different things. And so you just don't know what the agenda is. So just, listen, think for yourself, absorb the information, get it, filter it out, you know what I'm saying? And get down to what's real, and get down to what's godly and what makes sense and what don't, because this stuff is right in our face. Just, if we just take the time out to think about it. But listen, we appreciate your time. Our time is almost up, so please do us a favor and check out our other channels. We are on at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on The Mix. The link to that will be in the description. The link to The Mix will be in the description. And also make sure you check out Straight Talk. The link will be there also. So get with us. Make sure you support us and share the video out, and wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. We out of here.